Yes, people, what's going on? It's your boy Spainey. I hope you're all doing well and having a great start to your week. Your week's been well, your week's been kind to you. Whenever you're watching this and consuming this, whatever time frame corresponds to what I just said, I hope it's all going well. Now, for those who are new here, I'm running the London Marathon next year. It will be my first marathon, never run a marathon before. I'm also not particularly a runner. Yes, I played sports, football particularly, and I used to do 400 meters in athletics. For that was years ago. Football, I played religiously until about 3 years ago. I'm by no stretch of the imagination a runner, so this is very much a challenge for myself, and I'm targeting sub 4 hours for my first ever marathon. The reason I'm doing it is to raise money for charity. I'm raising money for the Sickle Cell Society, so I'll leave a link down below. It's a charity who are doing things that I believe in, raising money and awareness, or raising awareness, should I say, sorry, for sickle cell and looking to improve and better the lives of those who live with the condition. My brother, who I sadly lost, although it's not what killed him, he had sickle cell, so I've seen what kind of living with the condition is like. So yeah, guys, I'll leave the link down below. Feel free to donate. As I say, any donations will be greatly welcomed and greatly appreciated. So this video is to recap week 4 of training. I've actually, funnily enough, just finished a little segment that's going on to the end of my week 5 of training, because week 5 I actually do something slightly different. I don't just sit down and talk to the camera like I have done for these first 4 weeks. I actually bring you along with me to my training sessions, so the gym and my running sessions as well. So it's a little bit more engaging, a little bit more dynamic, and hopefully a little bit more entertaining as well. So I hope you do like that when it comes out. Check out for that. Obviously that will come out, well, to be fair, maybe not next week because I'm behind. I appreciate that. So I'll probably drop it in a couple of days. I don't know yet, because then I do what I'll catch up with myself. But anyway, this is week 4. Let's get into it. So week 4 started on the Wednesday, I think. I was coming back from illness. If you remember my last recap, I caught the stomach bug. Didn't eat for like 5 days. Lost a lot of weight and whatnot. So it was interesting. But yeah, I've come back now. And I'm fully back in the swing of training, which is great. So my first run back was on the 1st of October, which was a Wednesday, I believe. So this was my 5K. Also, what I did was I literally trained Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, Saturday, basically. So I did all my runs in the 4 consecutive days. So the first run, as I say, was my 5K on the Wednesday. I did that in 33 minutes, 15 seconds, so a time of 6:38. So, because obviously I'm recording this maybe like 2 weeks later, I need to remind myself what I said. So it felt good. First run back after some bug. I feel my fitness has remained. Was meant to be an easy run, but ended up running the same pace as my steadies, but running slower felt so weird. Yeah, that's one thing. Pacing is just so weird, man. Like I'll be running and I'll think I'm going mad slow or whatnot, and I'm running a lot faster than I think I am, yeah, it's just weird. Like even today, I did a 12K run today, and as on the day of recording this, and yeah, I thought I was running a lot slower than I actually was, and it just feels weird. So I don't know whether that's my fitness getting better or just I have absolutely no perception or concept of pace. But yeah, it's all a bit mad. Or sometimes like I'll be running at a certain pace, and because of like the effort I feel like I'm putting in, it just feels, yeah. Anyway, I don't know. But yeah, so for a first run back after my stomach bug, that one felt good. I thought maybe it would be a bit more of a struggle, but then I remembered, to be fair, afterwards when I made the comment about my fitness remaining, I remembered afterwards that like it's not like I caught the flu or something cardiovascularly that would affect my cardiovascular system, if you like. I caught a stomach bug, right? That's not going to affect my cardiovascular system. So yeah, my fitness shouldn't really be affected, and it wasn't. So yeah, I felt good after that run. So my next run, the next 3 runs actually I did in Berlin. And so, yeah, I think running is a good way to explore a new city actually. So I think I mentioned previously that I feel I can see myself continuing running afterwards and transitioning into a hybrid athlete. But yeah, certainly when I go away going forward, I'm gonna be going for runs to kind of explore the place, especially like those longer runs. So I'll come on to that in a second, obviously. But on the Thursday then, I did a 6K, around Berlin. I did it in 35 minutes, 4 seconds, so average pace of 5:51. With that one, I didn't make any notes, but I do remember with that one, I was going based off vibes, I wasn't even paying attention to my pace. I didn't think I looked at my pace once. I was just going based on how I felt and vibes. And so I was just running. It felt good to run at that pace. So I ran at that pace. You get what I mean? It wasn't too bad. I got delayed ever so slightly, maybe tops 30-second delay, excuse me, as a result of traffic and people, etc., etc. Because obviously I'm running through, well, the city. So got, yeah, ever so slight delays. But as I said, I'm not really watching for my time like that. So it's not that deep. It's not about times at the stage and stuff like that. It's really just about time on your feet, getting the mileage in, or kilometers in, should I say, and really just getting used to running. So yeah, that run felt good. I remember that one. That one felt really good. So happy with that. Then on the Friday afternoon, I did some time on the treadmill for a recovery run, because I think going forward all my recovery runs I'll do on the treadmill, because with that one it's nice and easy, and it's just super simple to maintain pace, right? Obviously a constant pace. So I did that. I'm gonna put what Strava says up on screen now, but this isn't accurate at all. I know that because I wasn't able to sync my watch with this treadmill in particular, whereas I was able to do that with, well, a different brand of treadmill, and I did that in one of my previous videos, recap videos. So this says 4.67 kilometers at 30 minutes and an average pace of 6:26, but you can see the note there actually. Watch and treadmill were not synced, so went based on what the treadmill said, because obviously the treadmill is going to be a lot more accurate in that instance, unless they are synced. And I ran at a pace of 7 minutes 30 per kilometer for 4 kilometers, right? Because that was the plan for the recovery run. So yeah, nice and simple. Running on a treadmill can actually be enjoyable sometimes. I guess it just depends on what you're doing, but if maybe you put something on your phone or an iPad, or you've got a screen in front of you, or the treadmill has a screen and you're able to watch something and, I guess, entertain yourself and not just people watching the gym, it can actually be alright. Don't get me wrong, it's not something I look to do for sustained periods of time, so I wouldn't do like a long run on the treadmill. Well, ideally I wouldn't do a long run on the treadmill. There's one guy who I follow who's training for Ironman, who I follow on YouTube, Joey Muccio, I think his name is. He's an airline pilot, but also he's training for Ironman, so that's what his YouTube channel's on. Sometimes he'll do his long runs on the treadmill, and I'm just like, rah. But obviously training for Ironman as well, yeah, he will literally do stationary bike for like 4 hours and then go and do like an hour-long treadmill run as well. It's like, but he'll have screens available to him that he's watching, etc., etc. But one thing he always does say is you can obviously do climate control a lot better. He lives in the States, and so it can get quite hot out there, and so doing it on the treadmill and the indoor bike allows him to climate control a bit better, or control the climate a bit better, should I say. And so yeah, I mean, I think at least my recovery runs I will do, but for the most part, all my other runs I will do outdoors, unless there's a particular reason why I'm not going to do it that week. But yeah, I mean, yeah, as far as recovery runs go and indoor runs, that was fine. Finally, long run for week 4 was a 10k, although this should have been in week 3, and week 4 was meant to be a taper week. But as you know, obviously I was ill, so I couldn't do the 10k in that week and blah, blah, blah. Anyway, so long run for week 4 was a 10k. I did that in 1 hour 5 minutes for an average pace of 6 minutes and 18 seconds. And yeah, you know what? Felt good. There's not really a lot to say about this one. I felt good. The route that I took was quite scenic and quite nice. I'll probably put some clips up on the screen of like, yeah, just the area if you like. And yeah, it felt good to get a 10k in as well, which I don't think I've done for a long time. So yeah, we're now entering territory for training where, I mean, yeah, 10k is probably the longest I've ever done in my life. And now, as I say, obviously this morning I did 12k, again, as of the date of recording, I did 12k. And as we progress, obviously I'm just going to be beating my own record of the furthest I've ever ran, right? So it's going to be interesting. I mentioned in my week 5 recap, which again, I've already recorded and will come out after this video. But I mentioned in this one that I need to start thinking about fueling for these runs, because yeah, I mean, once you start getting to these distances and these times, that's something that you need to be thinking about in terms of energy, depletion and restoration. But yeah, so the 10k was good. It was pretty much an exact loop, which was cool as well. And yeah, can't complain. So boom, that's week 4. Just keep this one short and sweet. I actually need to shoot out now anyway. So keep this one short and sweet. And as I say, week 5's video, look out for that one, because a little bit more entertaining and dynamic. But very happy with how training's going at the moment. Very happy with how my body's responding to the training. As I say, was quite conscious that maybe I'll get sort of pretty early on that I was going to get some of these kind of typical running injuries, knees, plantar fasciitis, etc. But touch wood, it's all been good so far. So long that may continue, especially as I start entering these longer distances in terms of running. So next week, again in week 5, you'll see this, but next week I do a 12k for my long run, for example, and obviously I'll go into that one for you. But yeah, no, look guys, please, in the link below, you'll find a donation page. I'm raising money for the Sickle Cell Society, so do check out the link, and any donations will be welcomed and greatly appreciated. But for now, as I say, I hope you have a fantastic rest of your day, week, everything, and I will catch you in the next video. Peace.